Hey guys, Tara here from Recovering Book Hoarder, and today is Saturday for me, Sunday for you guys, and this is the day that I do my weekly chat about life, reading, and usually I talk about whenever I'm creating too. But this week I have decided that I am going to start a dedicated floss tube weekly video where I talk about my crochet and my cross stitch and stuff. So I believe I'm going to tape those on Tuesdays and release them on Wednesdays. So if you are here for the crafting content, look for that on Wednesday. So today I'm going to just do a chat about what's been going on and then focus on reading. So it's been a week, guys. It's been a week. Last time I talked to you, my niece Ava was here, and so she spent the night. She did really well throughout the night, and then on Sunday she went to church with us. Unfortunately, on my way home from church, I got a phone call that my Aunt Mary had been found, that she had been found dead very unexpectedly. She was only 56 years old, and so as you can imagine, that set the tone for the rest of the week, to be perfectly honest. So her daughter, my cousin, she lives in Florida, and so she flew up to Pittsburgh on Sunday so that she could start making plans. My aunt helped her a lot with that. The sister of my aunt that passed away. So, you know, family is everything. Family is everything to me. And when something happens, we rally and we take care of each other and we help each other in any way possible. So the week was focused on helping Nicole and RJ, which was my aunt's son, in whatever ways we possibly could. So, you know, Nicole flew in on Monday and, you know, made all the plans then for the rest of the week. On Monday I worked, but then I took the rest of the week off, obviously, because I needed to be able to focus and help as much as possible. So went over, helped clean out my aunt's house, went through pictures. I was in charge of getting the pictures together for like the memory board at the funeral home, so took care of that. A ton of family showed up to help, and you know, my cousin was just, both of them were so appreciative. Yeah, and then Wednesday was the viewing, Thursday was the funeral, and it was just, you know, it was exhausting. It was pretty exhausting week. Cassidy and I did get to go out shopping one day, and I discovered Hobby Lobby and got a few things from there, which I will talk about on my Wednesday chat. And then on Friday, yesterday, was my cousin Jeremy's wedding. He came up from Florida, him and his now wife, Star, and got married up here in the Pittsburgh area. And it was it was just beautiful. It was really a beautiful wedding, and a really nice, this place called the Atrium, I had never been there before, but it was really nice. The food was excellent. It was a really nice get together. And then tonight we are doing a post wedding celebration, I guess, at my uncle's bowling alley, and that's at 6 o'clock, so that'll be fun. This morning I went over and helped Nicole some more at my aunt's house because she has to leave to go home tomorrow, so she had a lot she had to get done in a really short period of time. So that was my week. And for an introvert, it's exhausting. It's a lot of people to be around, but you know, you do what you have to do. So I did not get, obviously, as much done this week as I had anticipated or planned on, which is fine, but I will show you guys what I did read, how I think I'm gonna finish out the month here, and then also talk about I've started making plans for 2022, which I know sounds crazy, but I have to make those plans because there's some things I need to get, some books I need to get in order to make those plans happen. So I have lots to talk about. All right, let's talk about books. So let's talk about the books that I finished. First, I'll go in the order I finished them as I was reading them. So first would be Graceling. This is by Kristen Cashore. And this is the first in the Graceling series. This was sent to me by Chrissy from over at Chrissy's Soul for a book exchange we did, where I sent her 3 of my favorite books and she sent me 3 of her favorite books. And last week when we talked, I was not enjoying this one. I wound up liking it as I got further into it because there was a character that came in that I liked a lot. That would be Bitter Blue. Ultimately, I just really didn't care for the romance in here. The main character, Katsa, I didn't love her. So I thought it was going to end up being a 2-star, but ultimately it wound up being a 3-star read. And I will probably continue with this, but get them from my library to listen to instead of buying the series. If you like From Blood to Ash by Jennifer L. oh my gosh, I can't think. Armentrout, I think is how her last name. I think you would like this. So it is young adult. I think if you liked that book, you would enjoy this book. All right, then I decided to DNF Test of the Dubs by Thomas Hardy. This was just boring. Really was like not connecting with it at all, and it's such a shame because it makes it feel like the premise on the back of the book makes it sound like it's going to be really good, but didn't like it, and so I'm getting rid of this. I'm also going to go ahead and unhaul Far From the Maddening Crowd because I really just don't think that I like his writing style. Then I finished, oh, I forgot to grab it, Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir, and I love this book so much. So much. I kept thinking about it after I was done with it. So this is a new 6-star read for me. Oh, I loved it. And I don't want to give anything away, but I am going to say that I have a new favorite character of all time to add to my list. There's just such a cool character in here, and that's all I'm going to say. If you loved The Martian, you will love this book. Classic. Andy Weir at his best. Loved it so much. Go pick it up. So good. All right, then I listened to The Nanny by Gilly McMillan. I don't know if it's Gilly or Jilly. Gilly. It was good. There was a detective in there that I really didn't care for. It definitely kept me guessing throughout the book. But the main character irritated me somewhat, rubbed me the wrong way. And ultimately I wound up giving it 3 stars. I did listen to that one on script. Then I listened to The Wife Upstairs by Rachel Hawkins, and this, I can't decide where I'm going to put this. I don't know. I would say it's probably like 3.5 star maybe. You have to watch my wrap up to see where I ultimately end up landing on that. It is essentially it's a retelling of Jane Eyre. Kept me guessing. If you like Gone Girl, I think you'll like this book. Just leave it at that. All right. Then I read The Ladies of the Secret Circus by Constance Sayers, and I love a good circus trope. Love the circus trope, and this is a different kind of circus in here. I wound up giving this 5 stars. I really liked the characters. I liked the setting. The circus was super fun, and I really enjoyed it. There is a little bit of dual timeline in here where you go back and you read in journal format about a character. And I enjoyed it a lot. And look how pretty that is. Isn't that a really pretty cover? That would be a total cover buy. Then finished out with Elizabeth and Margaret, The Intimate World of the Windsor Sisters by Andrew Morton. And this wound up being a pretty solid 3 stars. You know, not a whole lot of new information. I feel like the problem is probably because I've watched so many documentaries at this point, because I wanted to know what was real in The Crown versus what was fictionalized. So I'm not getting a whole lot of new information about any of those books I'm reading about the royal family, but it was fine. It was good. It was well researched. This is the same guy who wrote Diana, Her True Story. So 3 stars. All right, so that is what I read this week. I ultimately think that I am going to end up putting The Betrayals and Not For You back on my shelf that were both on my TBR, but it's Saturday. I've got that bowling thing tonight. Tomorrow we have church and we're taking Cassidy to the melting pot, and then Cassidy starts school on this week coming up. Technically on Monday, but our first day of live classes is Tuesday. I have my licensing visit this week. I just don't see me getting to those and being able to read them. So if I have time to read, I'm going to pick up one of the books that I have on my shelf that I had already started, but I need to finish before the end of the year. So either the Bruce Springsteen book, Cast, or the second Game of Thrones book. So that's my reading plans moving into this week. You know, I didn't know that you could get to a point on Scribd where they literally cut you off for the rest of the month. I've gotten to where, like, I read too many current books, and so all that's available to me is, like, much older books. And I didn't know that you ultimately got cut off if you listened to too many. But this is the month that I apparently have listened to too many. So I have, like, oh, I don't even know, maybe 57 audiobooks like saved in my one to listen to. And usually what'll happen is, like, maybe 10 to 15 of those will disappear and I'll be left with the rest until my renewal. Well, this time I went on and it says 0. I've got 0 books available I can listen to until August 31st. So I broke Scribd this month. I listened to so many books. So won't be listening to anything until after the 31st. All right, so let's discuss my plans, some of the things I'm planning for 2022, and involving that are some things I purchased. So let me put these books down and I'll be right back. Okay, so for 2022, what I normally do is every year for the past, I don't know, I think every year, I want to say like the past 7 years, I have read a different translation of the Bible, read it through. Despite doing that, I still feel like I just don't know the Bible well enough. And I think it's because, like, my goal is to just read through these translations. I'm not focusing on, meditating on, like, different lines in scripture. So what I have decided to do for 2022, instead of reading through another translation of the Bible, and I'm going to probably do this moving forward here for the next lots of years, if it goes the way I hope, I am going to choose a book from the Old Testament, a book from the New Testament, and one psalm. So for 2022, I am choosing the book of Genesis from the Old Testament, the book of Matthew from the New Testament, and Psalm 23. And so what I'm going to do is focus on those exclusively, each of them for 4 months, I think is what I'm going to do. Or I might do 2 months for Psalm, since it's just one Psalm. I might do 2 months for Psalm 23, and then 5 months for Genesis and 5 months for Matthew. So I'm going to focus on those books. I'm going to write them because I love handwriting scripture. So I'm going to handwrite each of those books out during that time period. I'm going to read through those particular books in my cultural background study Bible, which is an NIV translation. I am going to read, I have a commentary that I had read through previously. I'm gonna read through there. I'm gonna read through my Matthew Henry commentary on each of those books. I have one book by Walton on Genesis that I'm gonna focus on, and then I'm gonna get a couple of other books focusing on each of those to read through. And then I'm also going to, this is one of my new purchases here. I've been eyeing these workbooks for quite a while, and that is the Bible study books. There's one for the Old Testament. I'm sorry, this is the Old Testament, and this is the New Testament. These are meant to do a 1-year Bible study and how it relates to you, but I am obviously going to take a lot longer than that to do. I'm going to do, Genesis, Matthew, and see if there's anything in here specifically about Psalm 23, and just do those sections of that workbook for this year. And then I might get some Bible studies. I was going through christianbook.com, and they have a bunch of different Bible studies in here that I highlighted to do that too, and just see what I can get through in that time period that I've set aside for each of them. So that is how I'm going to be handling my Bible study for the year of 2022. So I'm making purchases for that. Now, prior to the new year, I want to read How to Read the Bible for All It's Worth by Gordon D. Fee and Douglas Stewart, a practical approach to Bible study in an easy to understand style. I just purchased this. It was on sale on christianbook.com. And just for some additional tips on the best ways to read the Bible, I might pick a couple of memorization verses in there, because I'm like terrible when it comes to memorizing Bible verses. So I might pick a couple verses from each of those sections to memorize also when I'm focusing on them. Might try and memorize the entire Psalm 23. That shouldn't be impossible to do. We'll see, my memory's so bad. So I got this, and then I also got, this is the devotional I'm going to do next year. I think it's possible I might do 2 devotionals. So this one is by Paul David Tripp, New Morning Mercies, a daily gospel devotional. And it says, devotional readings to strengthen, nourish, and recalibrate your heart and open your eyes to behold God's fresh mercies at the dawn of each new day. I just feel like my heart is like, I don't know. I feel like I'm in a spiritual valley, I guess is what you could say. Like, my faith hasn't changed. I don't want it to sound that way. Like, I have no doubt that Jesus is my savior. I don't have any doubts that that's not what it is. I just feel like, I don't know, like I need a pep. I need a pick-me-up of some kind. So that is kind of why I had gotten this. It's like, it said 365 gospel-centered devotions for the whole year. Mornings can be tough. Sometimes a hearty breakfast and a strong cup of coffee just aren't enough. Offering more than a rush of caffeine, best-selling author Paul David Tripp wants to energize you with the most potent encouragement imaginable, the gospel. Forget behavior modification or feel-good aphorisms. Tripp knows that what we really need is an encounter with the living God. Then we'll be prepared to trust in God's goodness, rely on his grace, and live for his glory each and every day. So I read that description, and I just felt like I needed this in my life. So I'm gonna do this as my devotional. I think the other one I want to do is the Book of Mysteries, which was one I had gotten at a thrift shop somewhere. I can't remember which one. So possibly doing 2 of those this year upcoming. And then the other thing that I want to do in the mornings I put so much on myself. These are all things I want to do. I have been eyeing these books here. This is Spurgeon's Sermons. I have been eyeing these for several years now. There are, I think it's 10 volumes across 5 books. They're expensive. The original price was $200. They had these on sale on christianbook.com for $37.99. Yeah, $37.99. The entire 5 book series. And when I saw that, that's why I actually made this purchase now. I could not pass that up. So I would like to read one of his sermons. I would like to read a sermon a day, but we'll see what happens. I might end up doing a sermon a week instead. That might be more manageable. Yeah, that's what I think I'll do, a sermon a week. So got these also. I'm not going to take them all out. They all look just like this. They're these little books, and this is on the side. They're blank on the front and back. So that is what I got. And so that's that's kind of how I'm planning my faith-based reading for 2022. Those are my plans. We'll show you guys new books and stuff as I get them. And then we'll probably do an in-depth video on exactly what that's going to look like as we get closer to 2022. So that's what I'm thinking. And yeah, so I'm just kind of going to be finishing out August here and ready for, I guess, as ready as I'll ever be for school to get started. All right, so that's it. Wish me luck for school this week coming up. Wish me luck. I've got school. We've got, I have that licensing visit on Thursday. I am not going to be posting this weekend upcoming. We are going to my camp. So I have like the worst, it's just bad internet. I won't be able to tape while I'm up there. Might try and do some kind of vlog while I'm up there, but if I'm able to, I can't post anything until I get back, which I'm coming home Monday, which is Labor Day. So that is what I've got going on. So I don't know that I'll see you guys next week for a chat. Definitely not a chat, maybe a vlog. I don't know. We'll see. I'm rambling now. I will for sure see you the following weekend though. So, all right. That's all I have to say for today. Don't forget that if you would like to see what's going on with my crafting, I am going to be doing a dedicated FlossTube video that I'm hoping to have up on Wednesday. And that's what that will look like moving forward. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more from me, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you want to find me other places on the interwebs, everywhere you can do so is down in the description box. And that's all. All right. Talk to me in the comments. Tell me what's going on. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.